Hello, I welcome to UPSC Prelims Chaturya series of SHANTHA LAKSHMI IAS Academy, where we will discuss the daily Prelims MCQs from the Hindu, Indian Express and PIB. Let's begin. The first question. Consider the following statements with respect to sisal plant. The lifespan of sisal plant is about 7 to 10 years. It is a xerophytic, monocarp, semi-perennial leaf fiber producing plant. In India, it is grown in only light calcareous soils with good drainage. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of the above. This is the news. A research team at Stanford University has found the absorption capacity of sisal-based material to be higher than those in commercial menstrual pads. About the sisal plants, it is a xerophytic monocarp semi-perennial leaf producing plant. The leaves of the plants are thick, flesh and covered with a waxy layer. The leaves grow up to 2 meter long, and the lifespan of the sisal plant is about 7 to 10 years, and which produces the 200 to 250 usable leaves, and each leaf has about 1000 fibers, and that can be used to make ropes, paper and cloth, and it could be also used to make highly absorbed material as well. The climatic conditions of the sisal plant, it is well adapted to arid environments. The temperature and rainfall, the maximum temperature is up to 40 to 45 degrees Celsius, and the distributed rainfall of 60 to 125 centimeter. The soil, it thrives best on dry, permeable, sandy loam soils with a good amount of liming materials that are calcium and magnesium, but can also grow on various other types of soils. In India, it is grown in light calcareous and gravelly soils with a good drainage. It is well adopted mainly in states like Odisha, Jharkhand, Maharashtra, part of Bihar, western part of West Bengal, and many southern states. It is mainly propagated by a vegetative means such as the bulbils and suckers. So the answer is only two, because in India it is grown in light calcareous and gravelly soils, not only light calcareous soils. Moving to the next question. With reference to Chandubi festivals, consider the following statements. It is organized every year for 5 days, starting from the first day of the new year along the Chandubi lake, which is situated in the state of Karnataka. The name Chandubi is derived from two words, where Chand means 5 and Dubi means sinking in the Kasi language. The festival has been providing an opportunity to generate livelihood to only Rabas tribes. Which of the statements given above are incorrect? 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. Recently, the Chandubi festival was celebrated along the Chandubi lake in the state of Assam. About the Chandubi festival, it is organized every year for 5 days, starting from the first day of New Year along the Chandubi lake, which is situated in the state of Assam. The main attraction of the Chandubi festivals are the local folk culture, ethnic cuisine, and local handlooms and dresses and boating, etc. The major aim of Chandubi festival is to promote ecotourism in this biodiversity hotspot of Assam. The main motive of organizing this festival every year was preserving the water bodies. The festival also providing opportunity to generate livelihood to different tribes like Rabas, Garos, and Gorkhas and tea tribes living in the area by selling different food items and homemade beverages and traditionally woven athir. About the Chandubi lake, it was created during the massive earthquake in the year 1897. The name Chandubi is derived from two words, where Chandu means 5 and Dubi means sinking in the Kasi language. This freshwater lake was turned into an economically viable water body that would sustain different communities living around the lake. It is very prosperous wetland of the state that houses numerous species of aquatic flora and fauna. So the answer is 1 and 3 because it was situated in the state of Assam, not the Karnataka. The festival has been providing an opportunity to generate livelihood to Rabas tribes, Garos, and T tribes, not only Rabas tribes. Moving to the next question. Regarding the Project Tiger, consider the following statements. It is administered by the National Tiger Conservation Authority. The Project Tiger is a central sector scheme. The Project Tiger covered 54 tiger reserves. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of the above. The Project Tiger, it is a tiger conservation program launched in 1973 as a centrally sponsored scheme by the Government of India and administered by the National Tiger Conservation Authority. The main aims of Project Tiger is ensuring a viable population of the Bengal tiger in its natural habitat and protecting it from extinction and preserving areas of biological importance as a natural heritage that represents the diversity of ecosystem across the tigers range in the country. And for tiger conservation, tiger reserves were set up in 1973 and governed by a Project Tiger. Initially, the project covered 9 tiger reserves spread over the 18,278 square kilometer. Now the project includes 54 tiger reserves over 75,000 square kilometer of the region. The monitoring system M-strips monitoring system for tiger intensive protection and ecological status is a software-based monitoring system developed by NTCA in 2010 to assist patrol and protecting tiger habitats. So the answer is only 2 because the Project Tiger is a centrally sponsored scheme, not the central sector scheme. Moving to the next question. Consider the following statements about World Heritage Committee. It is a committee of the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. It consists of representatives from 21 of the states of parties to the convention elected by the General Assembly. For the first time, India will be chaired to host the World Heritage Committee in 2024. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of the above. This was in news recently because India is set to take the reins as the chair of UNESCO's World Heritage Committee for the very first time. About the World Heritage Committee, it is a committee of the UNESCO. The committee is responsible for the implementation of the World Heritage Convention and defines the use of the World Heritage Fund and allocates the financial assistance upon the request from the states parties. It has the final says on whether the property is inscribed on the World Heritage List. It also examines the reports on the state of conservation of inscribed properties and asks the state parties to take action when the properties are not being properly managed. And it also decides on the inscription or the deletion of properties list of World Heritage in danger. The structure of the committee it consists of representatives of the 21 of the state parties to the convention elected by the General Assembly. The committee member term was 6 years. The Bureau of the World Heritage Committee consists of 1 chairperson, 5 vice chairpersons, and the rapporteurs. The Bureau of the Committee coordinates the work of the committee and fixes the dates, hours, and order of the business of the meetings. So the answer is all three. Moving to the next question. Consider the following statements regarding the sponge farming. Sponge farming is a harmful practice for the marine environment. A sponge is a living animal which is made of loosely arranged cells that surrounded a skeleton of fibers. Which of the statements given above are correct? 1 only, 2 only, Both 1 and 2, neither 1 or 2. This is the news. A warming ocean forced women in Zanzibar to switch from seaweed to climate-resilient sponge farming to stay afloat. The sponge farming is relatively new business opportunity that does not harm the marine environment. A sponge is a living animal which is made up of loosely arranged cells that surround the skeleton of the fibers. Sponges provides a homes for many other animals like plants, microorganisms, animals. In many cases, they all work together in mutual symbiotic relationship. Sea sponges exist in all oceans around the world and make 20% of the global silicon biological sinks. This unique pumping mechanism, which helps the sponge extract nutrition and oxygen, also purifies the ocean water by removing impurities including sewages. The uniqueness of the sponges, unlike seaweeds, and possess remarkable resilience to climate change and require minimal maintenance and command the premier market prices. These sponges are used for bathing and general hygiene because they are naturally antibacterial and antifungal and can resist odors. Research has also shown that the spongy creatures play an important role themselves in combating climate change. So the answer is 2 only. Because the sponge farming is not harmful to practice for the marine ecosystem. Thank you. This is the today's session.